Hello and welcome to Console Cowboys. So this is going to be a follow-along video on how to decipher the combination to a lockbox. The reason you're going to want to do this is you might be on a penetration test and you might see something like this, where you see a lockbox mounted to a wall, either outside a facility or in part of a facility that you need to get into. And you might be able to decipher this and get an ID card that you can use on an RFID reader, or you might get a key that opens a door to where you need to go for your penetration test. Deciphering these is quite easy. Somebody saw me post a picture to LinkedIn and was asking about it, so I'm just going to make a video on how to do it. I learned this from the Covert Access team from Brian, and it's a very, very simple technique. You're only going to need 2 items to follow along in this video. So you're going to need a lockbox, and the link to that is going to be in the description below. This one is only $9.99. You can use one that you already have if you already have one, because the technique is going to be the same. And then you're also going to need a thin piece of metal, such as a Peterson tool. I'll also put this in the description below. And the reason you're going to need that is because on the side of these dials, on the left side, we're going to put the piece of metal in the slot, and we're going to feel for what we're looking for, which is like a little kind of bump. Now I'll show you how this goes. I'm going to flip over to another video really quick. So here we have a lockbox. We also have the Peterson tool we're going to use to decipher this. Now when you get this lockbox, it's going to be in the default configuration of 0000. And if you open this up, you can reset it by sliding this dial over and up and reset the pin, but we don't want to do that yet because we need to feel what a real proper combination feels like before we can change up the combination and figure out what it is. So we're going to close this. Now if we change the number from 000, we won't be able to open it anymore. It's locked. I'm going to put it back, and what I want to do is I want to take this Peterson tool and I want to put it in the slot next to the first number and just go back and forth. And I want to feel what that feels like. You should feel like a little divot bump type of thing. Do that with each of the numbers. That's what a proper combination feels like when it's in the right position. You want to feel that in each of the numbers and just get a real good feel for what that is. Then what you want to do is you want to go through the numbers and feel the difference, right? Because breaking in a lot of these things, you want to feel what the difference is like. So now that I put it on 1, I no longer feel that little divot anymore. It just feels kind of smooth and then drops off at the end. And then I feel here it feels really smooth throughout. And I'm just going to go through each of the numbers and feel the difference. So like 3 feels kind of rough. And I'm going to go all the way through. And once I get a feel for everything on every number and I get all the way back to 0, I'll feel again. And you should feel a very defined bump compared to what you were feeling before, because now you've went through and you really got a good feeling on what it feels like in different positions. As that bar goes through here, when it's on the proper combination, you feel that little divot. So now what we want to do is we want to get our girlfriend or our friend to mess up the combination for us. They should have the combination so you know it, and then you can try to break into it. So what we're going to do is go inside, get your friend to slide this up like this, and they're going to mess up the combination like I'm doing right now, right? I'm not going to look at it. And then I'm going to switch it back, close it, and then screw it up so that I don't know what the combination is and it's not on the proper combination. Then from there, I'm going to go through and I'm going to feel each thing. And slide through the numbers like I did before. And what we're looking for is that proper divot. So actually 4 feels pretty good. So I'm going to move to the next number. That feels really rough. So I'm going to continue on. And I'm going to go through this whole thing like that until I get to the end. And now that opened. Now, if I got to the end and this didn't open, what I want to do is, okay, I got to the end N1 feels good. I want to go back through each one and feel each one for that defined bump. And if I find one, which I should if it didn't open, one will feel different. then go back through and decipher that one again, and you should get to the end and be able to get in there. So hopefully this video was helpful in helping you do that. All you need is one of these tools or a thin piece of metal that can fit down the side of this that you can feel that defined bump, and you need a lockbox to get started. So if you learned anything in this video, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will catch you later.